Hey,
What, what?
woohoo! How we
This
doing?
time lucky. I got it this
Yes,
time. I'm really well, thank you. How are you?
good, good, good. So we're going to be talking about this awesome book here, Joy of Business. How does it get any better than this? Yeah, it's yeah, such an incredible class, or such an incredible book. And in a couple of weeks, I'm going to be doing a business done different class in South Africa, and looking forward to it. And one thing we're going to be talking about this evening is never give up, never give in, never quit. Because a lot of the time for humanoids, just about when you're going to become really successful, you throw in the towel or you think, oh, I'm going to quit. And it's like that's the stage where you need to take two more steps, just a little bit further, and just keep going, keep going, keep going. There's always more there. And it's like, what else is truly possible for you?
Yeah, and how so talking about never giving up and never quitting, and that you often want to quit just before you're about to become successful. How do you know the difference between to keep on taking more steps forward or when you need to change something? Because this particular way is not creating more.
Well, you've got to be willing to change anything, but it's like it's being willing to not give up on you. It's like a lot of the time what happens is we're looking at it and we're like, okay, it's like, what's it going to take to change this? But it's like it's being willing to change any point of view, changing any aspect of the business at any stage. So nothing is set in steel. It's everything's movable, everything's fluid, everything's flexible. And it's like there's a difference between giving up on you and changing course or changing direction. We're saying, okay, I need to modify this a little bit rather than just say, oh, I quit. And it's like, keep going, keep going, keep going. What's truly possible?
Okay. So
Jenny, you seem confused.
I'm like, okay, where do I go now? I know that's one thing I must be honest. I haven't, although I have my own business, I haven't truly been conscious with it, if that makes sense. I think I've still
Is that
been,
true?
well,
Have you been more conscious than 95% of people on the planet?
yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
And it's a acknowledgement. It was something me and Jenny have been talking on a previous call today earlier on. Acknowledgement is so important. If you don't acknowledge you and what you're creating, what happens is it can never be more because you're always doing it from the sense of lack, or it's never good enough, or oh, I'm never good enough. What if you actually acknowledge you and said, hey, look, I'm doing my best. This is what I'm trying to do. And it's like, okay, if I need to change something, but that's where never give up, never give in, never quit comes. Because what happens is a lot of time people say, okay, I'm just going to give up. Oh, this isn't working. I'm just going to give up. But what if you just have to modify it slightly or change it slightly? And a lot of the time in life, it's like the founder of KFC. I think it was like 82 or something when he created it. And it's like the founder Ronald McDonald's was in his, I think he was in his mid 50s or 60s. And it's like, a lot of the time you may have had a number of businesses that didn't work, but they all give you awareness of, okay, what will work? And what happens is we throw the baby out with the bathwater rather than acknowledging, wow, okay, I created something. It didn't create exactly what I thought it was going to create, but what else is possible? And there's sometimes when you create a crock of shit and it's like, okay, I created something that didn't work as I expected. Okay, how do I change this?
Okay, and thank you for that, because I've now realized I'm thinking that I should be doing business from form and structure, which I don't do so much anymore. And I hadn't quite recognized that I was holding on to a whole old paradigm of how business should be run. And I wasn't doing it that way. So because I'm not doing it that way anymore, I keep on thinking I'm getting it wrong because I'm supposed to be doing form and structure with like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's
Yeah.
giving up the form and structure that actually has created more.
And the very first time I did a business done different class with Simone Molasses in Paris, and it was what Simone called puff, 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 puff. Things show up as if by magic, And it's like when you're willing to allow yourself to receive from the universe can gift you. If you're not willing to receive, then it's like, okay, what am I not willing to receive here? What's truly possible for me? And it's like when you go into it, it is being willing to receive you and receive all of you in totality, the good, the bad, the ugly. And it's like the more that you can receive from the universe, the more you can have in your life. So like everywhere where you're not receiving you, we just try and create all that good, bad, right, wrong, pop, pock, all nine by shorts and beyond. Jenny's now smiling as if it's like.
And I think that's what we were chatting about earlier is you've just finished an amazing class with Dane called Symphony of Possibilities. And we were trying to have a conversation earlier, but there was nothing to talk about. It was quite funny. It was just a space. And it's like, okay, so where do you go from there? It's like when you have a business and there's no problem to solve, there's nothing to achieve, there's just choice and creation that's available. Where do you start?
Well, what life do you desire to have? And what planet do you desire to create? Like a lot of the things at present are destroying the planet. What actually creates a greater world? And you have to be willing to acknowledge that and say, okay, what can I choose here that will create a greater world? And start looking at that and start exploring. And it's an exploration. It's like you don't get it perfect overnight. It's like continually choosing and say, okay, I screwed up here, or this wasn't good enough, or this wasn't my finest hour. And it's like, okay, but never give up, never give in, never quit on you, because that's the most important thing. It's like keep choosing for you what works for you, what's possible for you, and say, okay, what can we create here? What's truly possible?
Yeah, and I like that when you say to not give up on you, because often I think that's what we do quite a bit, right? If something doesn't work out the way we would like it to, you give up on yourself and make yourself wrong. But if you don't have to do that, that's that space where you can keep moving forward then, and you're not like on pause or stop or going backwards, so to speak.
Yeah, and nothing is wrong. It's like everything is changeable, everything is movable. It's like, okay, this isn't working for me. Okay, cool. What can I change here? What's truly possible? And it's like, let's start looking at, okay, what can we change? What can we move? And it's like everything becomes malleable. So malleable is when something can be changed or it can be shifted or it can be moved. And it's like everything becomes malleable, everything becomes changeable. And it's like these things, a lot of the time when businesses don't work, it's when things are not fluid enough to change. So it's like, okay, what can we do here that will create more? What's truly possible here? And then everything starts to change and you start getting a joy, a sense of happiness, a sense of movement. And it's like that momentum that creates more.
So would it be like if you're trying to get everything right, is that where you get stuck in business and where things stop moving?
Yeah, and a lot of the time what happens is you end up judging you because you're trying to get it perfect. And it's like, if you're trying to get it right, good, prim, proper, it's like, it's a high bar that you're never going to reach. It's like when you always have a target, want to be better, want to be better, want to be better. But that's different than when you're trying to get it perfect. Because if you're trying to get it perfect, you're trying to keep everybody happy and you never do. And it's like, what's truly possible? There's so many subtleties in that question. What else is possible? Like a lot of people just go, okay, what else is possible? What else is possible? You are asking the universe, okay, what else is truly possible here? And when you okay, what else is truly possible here? And what's right about this I'm not getting? So when something happens, okay, what's right about this I'm not getting? That's like, what information am I receiving that I'm not acknowledging? And it's like, what am I asking for that I'm receiving that I'm not acknowledging, or what am I refusing to receive? It opens up lots of different doors, and it's like, it's no one set solution. It's infinite possibilities. Universe, please show me the infinite possibilities. What's truly possible here?
Yeah, and then so when you say that, I'm kind of getting a sense of you're actually truly having a conversation with the universe. It's not like just saying that question and like, oh, what is truly possible? But it's actually really asking the question of the universe. And I'm getting a sense of how different that energy can be if you're truly asking the question for the awareness instead of just doing lip service to a question.
Yeah, completely. Yeah, and it's also being willing to be the question. It's like, okay, what can we change here? So if everything is changeable, if everything can be changed, everything can be shifted. Okay, what can I change now? What do I need to change now? What do I need to be aware of?
Yeah, and then how do things show up for you when you ask questions like that?
Well, it shows up as if by magic because you allow the universe to cooperate with you. So you're working with the universe, and it's like you don't need to have the answers. So often we think we need to have the answers, but it's like, okay, what will create ease, joy, and glory here? What's truly possible? And we start to include our body, we start to include the earth, we start to look at a whole bigger picture in terms of what's truly possible.
And when you're in the question, if you're always in the question, is that one of the tools you can use to not give up or quit or give up on yourself? Because if you're always in the question and asking questions, what else is truly possible, or what's right about this I'm not getting, there is no really place for you to stop or quit.
Yeah,
Because it
exactly.
keeps you moving forward, right? And keeps you going.
Always in creation, always looking for more, looking for more, looking for more. What's truly possible here?
That's actually pretty exciting because that opens up to a lot more adventure. I mean, like for some people in business, you can get pretty bored with doing the same thing over and over again. If you're in question like that all the time, then you never really know how things are going to show up. And that can be a true adventure and the fun of being in business.
Yeah, and for humanoids are the creators of the world, and for humanoids, they love doing different things. Doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over is incredibly boring for them. So it's like, what's truly possible for you now?
And then you could add more to your day, or more businesses or more income streams. So that's actually okay. I'm having a conversation with myself in my head right now.
Yeah. How does it get any better than that?
Yeah. Like having a conversation with 5 people all at once. So there goes another topic. Okay. Oh, rats. Now everything, the train ran away.
Reverse.
So, I don't know what I was going to say. What would you like to say? I don't know.
Yeah, but what if there is no wrong or right? What if it's just space and we actually be the space? Okay, what can I contribute here? Just ask the question, see what shows up. And it's allow ourselves to be the contribution and acknowledge. That's one of the big things that's gone up for me. Acknowledge what you've created and what else is possible.
And it's very interesting. Well, for me to learn to have a business and be space with a business rather than trying to come to conclusion, assumption, solution, form and structure, and all those other ways that I used to be in business. It's quite interesting though, because the more I'm willing to be space with business, the more peace I have.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and the more space that you can be, things are not impinging on you. You're not the effect of it. It's like, okay, cool. What do I need to change now? Okay, what will be fun today? What will be fun tomorrow? What can I create now? What's truly possible?
Yeah, awesome. So South Africa, in the first week of December, coming up very soon. Yeah. Now we've only got a couple of weeks left.
Yeah, time is flying, absolutely flying. Yeah. So we've got Access Consciousness Bars, which changed my life. Access Consciousness Bars is just so good. So Rachel O'Brien, one of the facilitators of Access Consciousness, her daughter ran my bars for the first time. We're doing a meditation and bar swap, and it made such a difference to my life. And when I think about it now, my life where it was versus how many years ago was that? 21, around 8 years ago. It's huge, absolutely different. And what else can we choose now? What else is truly possible? So we've Access Consciousness Bars and then 3 days of Joy of Business. And you don't have to have a business to attend. It's just, what if life is business and your business is your life is your business? What's truly possible now?
Awesome. Well, we're really looking forward to having you in South Africa again for the second
Me
time
too.
this year. How did we get so
Yes.
lucky?
How does it get any better? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, I've done a lot of classes with you, so I know we're going to have a lot of fun and you're going to kick our ass so
Not
that we
me.
don't give up or quit.
Yeah, never give in, never give up, never quit, never give in on you, never give up. Always, there's always a different possibility. Always keep going. Or even no matter how tough it gets, keep going because there's something greater on the other side. What Dan was saying at SOP was 2 more steps. 2 more steps. I was just like, okay, 2 more steps. Okay, 2 more steps. What's truly possible for you?
Yeah, awesome. Cool. Is there anything else you'd like to add to our next adventure?
No, just enjoy your life. Life is to be lived. Life is to be loved. What's truly possible for you? And if you let go of all needs, so any need you have of money, any need you have of relationship, any need you have of family, any need you have of anything, we destroy and uncreate all that now, please.
Yeah.
Good, bad, or rock, pock, all that shots around. And what if you're needless? What if you didn't require anything from anybody? What would you choose then? What would be fun for you?
Yeah, there's a lot of freedom in that space.
Yeah, totally. And a lot of space. Yeah, a lot of space.
Awesome. Thank
Cool.
you.
Thank you, everybody. See you soon. Bye. Awesome. Thank you, Jenny.
Hold on, I just want to end the recording.